Well, good morning. It's Saturday. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's early. It's still dark out. I made some promises to quite a few people actually that I was going to do some vlogging and some video posting and stuff. So there we go. I haven't been filming a lot. For one, we're busy. We've been busy working. For two, I've had problems with the electrical in the boat, so we weren't able to charge up any of the phones or camera, and I'm not always willing to. Like, I'm not I'm not somebody that'll sit in a train full of people and then start filming myself and talking to the camera. It's just too awkward. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Anyway, so update when we got here. When we got here at 3 o'clock, I guess I met up with Dash and we went to the docks to put the Zodiac in and to retrieve Bottleneck off the mooring ball and then put her on a pontoon so we could work on her. But when we got to the docks, there was no water to be found. Like, it was a spring tide, which I hadn't even looked at any of the tide tables or anything. So I came as a surprise. There was no water to put the Zodiac in. There was no water to sail Bottleneck back. And so, yeah, that was a bit of a thing. And then we decided to, later on when the tide was coming in and the water was high enough for us to operate in, that we were not gonna chance it, because by then it was dark and Zodiac didn't have any lights on it. Bottleneck wouldn't have had any lights on it. We were going to go against the current, which is, the boat motor on the Zodiac is small. So if it turns out we're going backwards instead of forwards, it would have been immediate call to Mayday to the Coast Guard, which would have made for an awful start of the adventure. So we decided against that, and then we looked at some hotels, but it was so ridiculously expensive. We ended up paying like £250, £300 for 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours of sleep in a bed. So I decided against that too. And so we ended up sleeping rough, and it was rough. It was cold. It was nasty. It was windy. It was freezing that night. So yeah, that was a painful start of the journey. But anyway, we made it. We got through it. The next day, we ended up getting some help from a neighbor who had a significantly bigger boat, so we didn't use the Zodiac. We used his motor cruiser to go get Bottleneck and pull Bottleneck off the mooring ball and onto the dock, and then we've been working on her ever since. Like, there was quite a few things that were that we knew about that needed to be addressed, and there was a bunch of stuff that we didn't know about that also needed to be addressed. And then there was a whole bunch of stuff stolen off of her while she was on the mooring ball, which is a real pain, because now I got to buy all that stuff, and I wasn't planning on that. But yeah, I guess that's what you get when you just leave her on a mooring ball. The mooring balls are part of a marina, but I guess they don't keep an eye on them, or not enough to keep them safe from little thieving fingers. Anywho, it is what it is. So we've been working on the boat. We've had some electrical issues, so we had to go through all the lights on the boat, outside, inside, make it all work. Changing light bulbs, changing fuses. We changed the electrical system from a dynamo to an alternator, which made it a lot simpler. But then also we still had to reconnect all that stuff. We've been waiting for the starter motor to get in. Dash has been, trying hard to get that all sorted out, and it came in yesterday. After, and then we tried to install it, and it doesn't fit. It's just too chunky, so it needs to go back, and we need to get another one that hopefully will fit. So yeah, we're working hard, getting things done. It's not very pleasant, to be honest. It's very cold. It's very damp. It's very wet. It freezes at night, not big, a couple of degrees, but when it's wet and you got that dense sea wind coming in, it makes for very uncomfortable weather. What else? Today I've got Daniel coming in. We met Daniel. It's kind of the way it goes in the boating community. You meet people and you help each other out. And so Daniel, he lives on a sailboat himself. He travels the world, and but he built his own boat, so he's coming to help me out with the running rigging. So we're gonna go do that. And then so hopefully by the end of today I'll have all my running rigging either replaced or it's still good and rearranged but good to go. With a little bit of luck, I'll have my sails installed as well. I'm looking forward to that. If not today, I'll definitely have the sails on tomorrow. Once the sails are on and the starter motor is in, we're pretty much good to go. The electrical is sorted out. I got all the tri-data going. I got all the lights going. I got 2 new bilge pumps. I got a hand pumper, and then I got 2 electrical bilge pumps. One is off a flow switch. The other one is just off on and off switch. So between the 3 of them, I should be able to keep my feet dry in the boat. What else? That's about it. The only thing that's left to do is I need to get her out of the water and clean off the bottom, get all the barnacles and seaweed and nonsense that's growing on there off so she slides, which I'm hoping to do next door. We're basically squatting on a public pontoon right now, which is, we can do that because it's winter time and nobody's using it. We wouldn't be able to do the same thing in the summertime. But next door there is another pontoon which is from a sailing club, and you pay them £20 a day, and then you get to use their pontoon, and then it's got water, it's got electricity. Because right now I'm running off my Jenny. And I can bring it up close, and they have like a concrete setting where you park your boat high tide goes out, the boat sits completely out of the water, and then you can pressure wash and clean off the bottom and inspect all the sea cocks and make sure everything is in order. So yeah, I got to do some groceries. You got to, bunker some fuel, bunker some water, get some groceries. I'm hoping by next Wednesday I should be good to set sail. So I'll be looking for a weather window just to leave in. Hoping the sea stage is not too crazy and the winds are not too crazy. Then if that all turns out to be good, then tally ho, here we go. I'm going to throw the lines in and go for it and just see what happens. So, yeah, in a nutshell, that's what's going on. Anywho, this is it for your vlogging experience for now. We will we will see you later. Keep it cool, Joe. Take care.